Just got this started up quite quickly. I accidentally pressed start. I'm sorry. On Winter's Gate, and Bly throws down the proxy hatchery, which is actually one of Bly's absolute favorite things to do. As we set this up, Probe's going to start nibbling their way through this hatch. So, hatch starting to take a little bit of damage here. As we do see the probes fighting away. So, Probe's going to fight. That's going to be a cancel on the hatchery. And, well, I mean, that's just a good response from Zest. The big thing you can't allow to have happen here is to, you can't have this drone actually rebuild a hatch, because then it's going to take way too long to clean up. So this is actually a good defense by Zest. Bly will try and proxy hatch in the main now, usually. So getting ready to throw this down in a moment or so, perhaps, as we are going to be seeing those couple of gateways on the way up from Zest. So a couple gates coming up from Zest here at the moment, and Chrono boosting out some of these adepts. Probes chasing that drone around. So drone taking a little bit of damage here and there. Again, adepts continuing to pop out. So gathering up at the center. Nexus dropping down the natural. Oh man, the hatchery drops into the main base. So the hatchery does get down. It's not a major issue, especially because it took a while to get going. So you can just make a couple units here, Zest, and probably shut it down without much issue. We will start to build a Stargate. So Stargate, the choice of play here from Zest, as this starts up and gets underway. Link speed starting from Bly. Obviously, Bly with the proxy hatch will delay his own third base usually, because he's put 300 minerals across the map, and that 300 minerals, while it isn't committed yet because you can cancel for 225 back, it's still 300 minerals that you can't currently spend elsewhere, right? Because these adepts causing some chaos as well. So far, a couple of kills, mostly just Lings, only one drone I think at this stage. A couple of Lings still low HP as the adept goes to the low ground and will get out of there. I mean, again, sending the first adepts across the map rather than keeping it in the main to deal with this hatchery. In the end, he is actually going to pull probes to deal with this hatchery because he has nothing else. Does not want to let Lings start to build in the main base. The Zerglings and Bly will start to run across to the upper left-hand side. Probes with that surround on the Nexus at the moment, as we are going to be seeing. Yeah, adepts just hanging out. A couple more Lings pushing in. Again, pylons setting up. Shield battery 2. There is going to be a couple Lings coming out of this main, which is probably what the Oracle is sat waiting for. I mean, now Lings continue to press the front and Bly just on 21 drones, continue to apply pressure. This gateway right in the front is going to be going down in the next few moments. Again, that hatchery in the corner gets killed. He's picking off one of these probes. So one probe going down. Again, just going to be seeing the Zerglings continuing to press at the front here. Oracle going forward, taking their way through a few of these Zerglings. Doing a very good job of this, and it's a good defense, I think, from Zest. Only a couple of probes lost, although still has Lings in the main to deal with, and that is going to be a bit of an issue. And this causing him to take more damage than expected here, actually. That's 9 workers now lost. Bly still making Zerglings to run at the front. This is Winter's Gate, by the way. It has these slow zones, these inhibitor turrets, which are slowing down units when they run through them. So it slows the speed by 35%. Kind of slowing some of the Lings as they run across the map, but that's about it at the moment. What's up, Destro SC2, by the way? Thank you so much for the 2-month free sub. Says, love you, keep it up. Thank you so much for the love, and thank you so much for the sub. Bly starting to drone behind us. The Oracle's coming back as well, again, slowed by those inhibitor zones. Now, Lings again surrounding the gateway in the front. Force comes down, blocks those Lings away. And again, those Lings just going to be gathering up in the upper side here. Let's get started then from Bly. See the probe in some trouble once again, as now Bly going to be still hanging out with these Zerglings. Oracle's gathering up and going to press forward, so you're going to potentially activate to get rid of some of these Lings. I'm just going to be seeing extra gates being thrown down, and Lair on the way up from Bly as well. Oracle's continuing to gather together. Another queen popping out of this hatchery on the low ground. So another queen starting up. Again, this Lair coming through at the moment, so continue with this. Again, these Lings just sat out the front waiting to go. Oracle's down to the bottom right-hand side. This Overlord slowed still. Again, the Oracle's trying to move through at the moment and ready to Well, create some pressure. I mean, 4 oracles can do a lot to mineralize. It can do a lot to queens. They can kill things very fast, and even with a small crawler here, I wouldn't feel safe as Bly in terms of taking damage against this. Again, the oracles taking a few shots. Oracles pushing forwards and going to be able to pick off one queen. A second queen goes down as well. Try to chase for it. Will get it. Third queen also being picked off. Oh my god, how does that one oracle survive? The damage is so spread. Bly loses a bunch of stuff here so far. As the Zerglings of Bly hanging out on the top left. Again, the other oracles just coming around. +1 attack on the way up from Zest here too. So getting that +1 attack underway. Getting ready to attack up a little bit. Still has all 4 oracles. The fact he kept that one super low HP oracle alive is crazy. And it's actually ridiculous what that causes here. As we do see the oracles a little bit slowed flying in here. We've never really seen much use of these inhibitor zones, but they do slow kind of drops moving in, etc. Obviously, this isn't so much of a drop as it's just oracles, but it could slow the retreat if queens were to chase. So it's worth keeping in mind. There's 10 more workers going down, and Bly being kept under pressure. As we're going to see these rocks over here get taken down too. Bly opening access to attack into this base, perhaps. Thinking for a moment about maybe surround. That was a very delayed force field out of Zest. That was almost like he was playing on Europe with the delay. He's like, oh my god, Lings! I'll force field! Like, that's how slowed down it was, so a little bit of an amusing force field right there. On the bottom side, oracles are still applying some pressure for a few more workers. So that's getting the third base down now. Obviously down a few workers here, just on 2 base saturation. Can't really go much beyond this unless you long distance mine. And I think these Lings are going to find a cancel. The main army finds an overlord too, but again, no protection on the third base. Well, oracle's on the way over. I don't think it's in time to actually save it, so you'll have to rebuild that, and it's delayed even further than what the third is delayed here. So it is already a little bit later than you'd usually like it, but obviously it's been a weird game. Bly's income has also not exactly been the best, and it's been pretty even in terms of what's been mining. It's just Bly will, with the 10 worker lead now and the third base up, will take a bit more of an advantage to run with, so that's what's happening at the moment. Sub Endlands with the Twitch Prime sub for 4 months in a row. Thank you so much for subscribing. Get some love in the chat for that 4-month resub. Thank you very much. As Seedlings trying to run in on the right-hand side. Stalkers, sentries able to push those Zerglings away though. And they're not able to do much as the blink about just over halfway done here. The +1 attack is done and now moving into +2. I can't believe these oracles are still alive. They've found some absolute crazy amounts of damage this game. 10 kills, 2 kills, 11 kills, and the final has 11 as well. So that's what? 34 kills on the oracles? It's pretty sick. Obviously, a lot of them are drones and Lings. Adds up, though, doesn't it? Resources lost is hugely favoring Zest, which does make up for the fact that if we look at the income again, he is not mining as much right now. So he can afford Bly to be ahead for a little bit. But overall, he really does need this third Nexus because he needs these probes mining. Also, because he's mining out from the main, etc. soon, he just needs the third base up. Simple as that. As Bly throws down a Nidus network, so Bly going to try and Nidus his way to an advantage here. 66 workers. I mean, it's not like an all-in Nidus. It's a left trying to harass around the map Nidus. He'll lose a queen and more drones on this base. He's building a swarm host. He's going to play a swarm host, Nidus swarm host. This is something Stefano's been doing quite a lot on his stream lately. If you're a Stefano fan, you might recognize this. So, Swarm Host Nidus, you pop up the Swarm Host somewhere like here, leave Nidus into the main, or you can even Nidus them in here, pop the Swarm Host Locust, and then just Nidus out. Stalker's picking off the first Overseer, though, so the Swarm Host will not find an opportunity to do much just yet. They will actually just throw the Nidus down on the top side. So Nidus coming in on the top as we see the Zerglings of Bly, heading down to the bottom right. Some locusts or strongholds popping out, so ready to drop these locusts, but the oracles see them here, drops a revelation, they jump back into the Nidus, doesn't waste his pulsar beam energy. It's not that many locusts either, so this army should be able to deal with it pretty well. A few locusts will get up to the main. Not even really worth popping the pulsar beams, I think, to lose them, to save the pylon. More strongholds now on the left hand side. He does clean out the first Nidus though, so already a good job there. Now these locusts are going to get on top of stalkers, and these stalkers will not do too well once the locusts have landed, so having to pull back again kills off the Nidus network, so Bly unable to keep those alive. Now you see a larger push through the center. There's a Colossus up as well. Colossus play can be very good against some of this. We're actually going to see a fight through the inhibitor zone. Well, here we go. I mean, Zest kind of has the Warp Prism goes down, so it's slowed by the inhibitors, so the Hydras can pick it up. And Zest push forwards here. I mean, Locust now starting to come in. I don't think this works. Prism dies to the inhibitor zone. That's a pain. And we are going to be seeing these units from Zest. Going to try and come in from a different direction, but now Bly has a Swarm Host at home ready to defend, and I don't see Zest really breaking through Bly in the next minute or two. I don't see it at all. More Locusts flying in from the right. We see the Ignited Swarm popping up on the far left as well, as we see these Locusts dropping down. Colossus cleaning up. Some more Locusts are going down here as well. Oracle still up to the top side. And the big blink is going to find a couple of the Swarm Hosts. Some more Swarm Hosts going down yet again here. Locust will continue forward. Stalker is picked off. Still Locust up in the skies. We have got the Nidus Network coming in once again on the top. Blinking in here. Zest will get himself in a hatchery position. These Colossus, 3 of them are doing so much damage. Oh my god, those Ravages and Hydras are melting! He will lose one of them here. No, pulls back in time. It's just the corrosive bars that connected. Well, he kills this fourth base, so suddenly this is looking a bit better for Zest. Oh, suddenly Bly's armies just disappeared. The Locusts are out of position once again. Oh, this went really wrong real fast, didn't it? Just going to be seeing the... oh yeah, Zest continue to press up here, blinking in. Going to get rid of a Spine Crawler. We see these drones going to be under fire too, and I think Zest has probably done this. He has a little bit too much right now. The Ravager goes down, blinking forwards again. Just going to be seeing these Ravagers continuing to go down as well also. And yeah, the Ravagers and the Locusts continuing to fight. Stalkers going up against this here. The Locusts still coming in. 20 workers down, but there's not enough Locusts, or there's not enough support behind the Locusts. And so Zest will push through for GG. Picks up game 1 against Bly. It's the first time we've actually seen it being used. As we have to the bottom right, our blue Protoss player. This is Zest. Up against the red Zerg, Bly. Okay, so let's see this drone moving forwards out into the center of the map here at the moment. Looks like Bly going to open up with some shenanigans yet again as he heads down to the bottom. So drone coming along, going to be seeing what it can do, maybe set up that hatchery in a moment or so. Just going to stay outside the base for a moment here, wait for the minerals so he doesn't get blocked. So obviously the idea is you don't want to get blocked before you even get the chance to throw down the hatch. So you want to come straight in, throw the hatch down. And obviously he just wants the minerals to do that perfectly on time. Zest doesn't have anything on the low ground, so actually can't block this. And there we go. Bly going to move forwards now. Zest is pulling a probe to the low ground, but it's too late. This hatchery will come into play. So Zest going to be blocked on the natural. Now he does pull a few probes already. This is obviously a very fast response. He'll throw down a second gateway as a response. Straight into the cyber core as well, completing the wall off. Actually walls off along here. Maybe he doesn't have the power here to wall off there. Maybe that's just how he wanted to wall off in the first place, but it seems a bit weird. Seems as though it could have been a bit neater. As well, the proxy hatchery comes down once again. We saw this earlier from Bly in the last game as well. We'll see if he can continue to be annoying with it as we get this underway. So just the double gate, I mean, as long as the probes are pulled, this hatch will not go up. And that's all you really need. However, this time Bly's follow-up is a bit different. Got in the burrow and he's getting the Roach-Roaring. So he's going to play a burrowed Roach follow-up here. There's the cancel on the hatchery. Start to build the Evo chamber now instead. You build the Evo chamber off a creep because when you cancel the hatch, it actually still has creep there for a split moment. And so you can top the Evo chamber in that position just for a second. Oh my god, sorry. These probes get pulled down. 5 workers die, a couple of adepts popping out. The Evo chamber finishes, so Zest at least won't have to deal with that drone again as you see the pros pulling away. And obviously he can now build the Nexus in the near future. Gets the Stargate started. That's very important against these roaches. And especially with Burrow, they are going to be so frustrating to deal with here. So setting up into this. See what happens next. The Stargate will want to get some Oh my god, sorry. Struggling to talk. The Stargate will allow for an Oracle or two to pop out, and for Revelations, which will be very important, but might also want to get a Void Ray to be able to fight against those roaches a little bit more easily. That'd be a big deal. So Nexus dropping down at the moment. Cancels when he sees the roaches. Says, okay, I'm going to spend my minerals elsewhere. Immediately into a Void Ray. You don't know that these have burrowed at the moment, though, with Zest. So this is actually going to be a little bit of an issue. I mean, this pylon is going to go down. The Cyber Core unpowered. And you don't actually have a way to kill those roaches. You can make them burrow, but that's about it. He's building a ton of shield battery as well. Doesn't really need shield batteries as much as he needs detection. Throw a robo down, Zest. He just doesn't know there's burrow yet. One probe going down, make that 2. So already damage being dealt here. Again, the pylon unpowered everything at the front, so now Zest can only build off of the Stargate. You do see the Void Ray. Just wait through those roaches, but there's the burrow. He builds a second Void Ray. His plan might just be to hold on and never really lose things with the shield batteries, to the point that he's actually able to just sit here above the roaches and just continue to just fight them when they come back up from the burrow. Again, good burrow so far. If you have 2 Void Rays and then you get the Oracle, it can work quite well. Obviously, the roaches are pretty clumped up at the moment. He's trying to get the robo to the top side for the Observer. 19 workers each at the moment, but Bly is up a base, remember, as well. There's the split from Bly. He's expecting an Oracle for Revelation, so he's splitting the roaches up so that the Revelation cannot hit just one. Just one, all the roaches at once. It can only hit a couple of them. Kills off a couple of roaches there. That's important, actually, because by getting rid of the roaches on the right side, one of them, there's now only 2 roaches in that attack, and so you can't one-shot probes through the shield battery heal anymore. The shield battery can't heal something if it gets one shot, which is exactly what, 3 roaches do to a full health probe. So that's actually a pretty good picking off that single roach there, because now those roaches are not going to do as much. Observer about to be out, but Zest is still going to be in a really weird position where his warp gate is super delayed. He has no natural expansion. Just waiting for this Observer. Feels like it's taken an absolute eternity as well. So that'll be that. Zest holds on, but down 9 workers, down a base. Gonna be, delayed warp gate. It's gonna be a tough follower. Thanks so much, by the way. Online Strategy IDK coming in with the 200 bits, saying, do you know why Blizzard created Protoss? I don't know. Why did Blizzard create Protoss? Is this a joke or is this a genuine question? The suspense of bit donations sometimes. So if Zest can deal some damage, he might be okay, but I really just don't know if he can. 2 Voids are not exactly the best harassing units to have. Online Strategy DK with another 200 bits. So grandparents with disabilities can also become grandmaster. Really? We're balanced one with bits now. Thank you so much for the 400 bits, dude. Appreciate the bits. But let's not try balance one in bits. Thank you. Thank you for the 400 bits. As we do see the queens continue to press forwards, Ling's going to run across the map. Supply going to apply some pressure. There's sentries here actually. He should be fine. That's with this wall off. The sentries actually put out some decent damage to help out as well. Oracle is here too. Doesn't pop the pulsar beam as he runs away. The Void's not able to do much, and now Zest is down by 13 workers. Now Zest is hurting. Now Zest is really hurting. There's those couple of Voids coming back around the top. They'll be able to start working their way through that lava there, but when it's into a they just can't actually kill lava. They don't do enough damage. Well, it feels like Bly's in a good spot, isn't he? He's going to be seeing a couple more creep tumors pressing forward. He's going to be seeing the Observer. Just trying to figure out what's going on here. Zest trying to figure out what he's playing against. It's a Hydraless Den as a follow-up here from Bly. I would not be surprised at all if we saw this turn into a big old kind of free race all in with just kind of like Ling Hydra. It feels like it's been a good opening to go into that. What's up, CivMaster9999 coming in with the 2-month free sub. Says, take my money, Wardy. Thank you so much for your money, dude. Appreciate it. This is like the nicer version of stealing, the kids' lunch money at in lunchtime. It's like, haha, I will take your money. But it's not even lunchtime. It's not even your lunch money. couple of these voids moving around as we do see the Overseer moving around a little bit as well. Let's continue to scout as the Oracle hanging around on the left. A 4th base dropping in from Bly. And we're really waiting to see what happens with these Hydras. 55 drones and he's just building up Hydras, and I don't know what Zest does to defend that. I don't know what Zest does to defend this. Nexus drops on the 3rd. Observer still just sat overhead. Got a shield battery dropping down too. We do have the 4th hatchery from Bly. Just sat out over to the left here. Oracle having a little bit of a dance. He's like, I've been totally useless in this game so far. I've done nothing. Nothing at all. At all. He actually hasn't. He's got like 180 energy. And he just hasn't killed anything. He's literally just dancing around. It's like, oh, I'm changing position. You guys thought I was going to do work? Nope, I'm just changing spots. Lings and Hydras picking their way through these rocks at the moment. So rocks taking some damage. Just opens up the center of the map. We haven't actually seen these rocks being cleaned out before on this map, if I'm not mistaken. Hey, Mr. Oracle's useful. He actually throws down a revelation. Good job, Mr. Oracle. You actually did your job. That Oracle's really just doing nothing, wasn't he? Alright, well, pressing forwards here. Bly's going to clean up another set of rocks. And we're all going to be seeing the, again, the attack getting ready to go. So many Hydras on the way. There's no, I mean, Storm's on the way from Zest, but it's not ready yet. He's got a few high tempo. He needs to survive till Storms. He's getting a bunch of shield batteries too. Off the army supply. I mean, with a couple of good Storms, it's possible. It is possible. You see the drone taking a little bit of damage. Hydras and Ravages pressing forwards here. The Templars do have Storm now. Those couple of close-up bars drop. Bly splits up a little bit. First Storm doesn't really connect very well at all from Zest. Just on the side of a few of those Hydras. Now Link starts steaming across the map. Oh my god, he misses his 2nd Storm. The 3rd Storm doesn't do much either. What is Zest doing? Oh my god, Bly's absolutely just negated the Storms. There's 1 Storm remaining. I mean, that's it, right? He's still reliant on the Storms. Oh my god, cross the bars killing stuff as well. The Storm hits the force field. It hits absolutely nothing. Worst Storms. How often do you say those were terrible Storms? Very rarely. But those were terrible Storms. As Bly pushes through, takes a massive